What's up, you guys? Let's talk Collision. Damn, I look good. I really look good tonight. It's a shame a little bit that I have nowhere to go. Spending my Saturday watching pro wrestling all day, obviously watching Crown Jewel earlier and just finishing watching Collision, and listening to wrestling podcasts in between those shows. This is just me. And you know what? I'm happy with that. I'm cool with my life kind of being surrounded by professional wrestling. I ain't got a problem with that. Now, I'm kind of looking at myself and I'm just remembering how I looked like in high school. I was a hot fucking mess. I tried to do shit like this, like how you see me looking now. Maybe not with a top like this, but my goth senses were through the roof during this time. And man, the things that I used to wear is insane. Now, I kind of still wear those things still, but now I just have a little bit more fashion sense. So it is what it is. Let me not rant about fashion or whatever. Let's talk about Collision because it was a really, really great episode. And I see that they did something a little bit different. They did have some impromptu matches and moments here that you can really tell they just kind of add in kind of last second. And things just felt really, really great. It felt like they were trying to make the use of everybody backstage. Whoever was at Collision, they just try to put them on the show and try to give them a spot. And I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that. You guys, we started off with AR Fox and Swerve Strickland. Now, Swerve was coming out, but AR Fox is already beating his ass, I guess, from the back, and then took it out to the ramp, onto the ring. And I'm just like, whoa, AR Fox is really, really upset about things that happened. Obviously, right before All In, they were kind of in the same group for a little bit. And unfortunately, it's just like, okay, I don't know what happened with them taking him out the group, which was a little bit of a weird feeling, but now he is getting his revenge, whatever. They have a really, really great match. And I love it when it feels like they got some real life beef going on and they beating each other up like they really, really hate each other. That's what we get with AR Fox and Swerve Strickland. They're definitely two of the most talented people in the AEW roster, and I really do enjoy these guys. These guys are absolutely amazing. Now, while that's going on, we do have the Gates of Agony come out. We have Toliona and Bishop Khan. Oh, Bishop Khan, Jesus Christ. I'm going to be at Collision December 16th. If you ain't doing anything before or after the show, hit me up. For real, for real. Now, look. They're up there, ringside, definitely being intimidating. Obviously, AR Fox don't have anybody out there with him, and that's a shame because Darby Allin swore they were friends or whatever. So where were you, Darby? Why couldn't you be there for AR Fox? Now, they go to commercial, and I'm really, really invested in the match because they're hitting, really hard hitting here, and then picture in picture come, but there's no picture in the picture in picture, and I'm overreacting, and I'm getting all upset, what the hell is going on? I really want to see what's happening. Now, it does take 30 seconds or so before they actually put the picture in the picture in picture, so we get a chance to see what's going on. And real talk, AR Fox, he's so freaking talented. Every time he come out there, he gives it 110%. I really want to see something really good come out of his career. We got a taste of him as a heel with the Mogul Embassy, and I do believe that if he were to turn heel again, that would be a really great thing for him moving forward. Now, match continues. Obviously, the group is still out there and they're being intimidating. But then this time, I think kind of quick after the commercial, we do have Swerve Strickland who takes the win, who gives AR Fox a stomp in the chest. So hard in the chest from the top rope. 1, 2, 3, he ends up winning. Now, after this, Prince Donald come in and he's doing his dance. He's swerving and everything like that. And then here is Gates of Agony. They're coming to put a beat down on AR Fox. And guess what? AR Fox, I guess, has friends because here comes FTR getting involved. And honestly, I'm just well, what y'all doing here? But then I realized FTR got a match where it's an 8-man tag and Gates of Agony is going to be on the other team. So I guess I understand why they showed up. But really, it is what it is. Now, LFI does come out too. But then we see House of Black, they're watching from the bleachers or wherever they at in the arena, and they're watching. They got their eyes on FTR for whatever reason. I don't know. Great way to open the show. I want to see so much more from AR Fox. This guy deserves way much more. Now we have a promo from MJF from after Dynamite. He's really pissed off. He says it took all of Bullet Club Gold to attack him before Jay White pinned him at the end of their match, which I guess is true. Now, he said that's not going to be the case at Full Gear. At Full Gear, he will pin him and take the Triple B back. Then we get a promo from the Bullet Club Gold. They are celebrating their win, and they're letting us know that they're going to be celebrating all through the weekend, so they're not going to be on Collision. So we're not going to see our Collision Cowboys on this episode. And you know what? I'm okay with that. What's going to happen at Full Gear? MJF, I better retain. Up next, we have the Kingdom. They are with Roderick Strong. They're making their way to the ring, and God knows who they went against. I can't even remember who they were, but they're letting everyone know that they're going to make examples out of their opponents to show everyone why neck health is so important. Whatever. Now, this was a squash, and I didn't really care for this, but after the match, obviously, the Kingdom ended up winning really quickly. Here comes Roderick. He gets out of the fucking wheelchair and goes to attack one of the Kingdom's opponent. And then all of a sudden he remembered that he's supposed to be handicapped, and now he can't move. And here's the Kingdom. They're grabbing him up and trying to help him onto his wheelchair. Like, basically he was just full of adrenaline and just happened to get up. This was absolutely hilarious, and I really, really love what they're doing. But I'm gonna be real. The Kingdom, when they were on Ring of Honor, which they had not been ever since this kind of like the storyline started with Roderick, they were actually used really good in Ring of Honor in terms of you could really see that they were probably going to be next in line for the Ring of Honor tag titles. Now they're riding around with Roderick, which I have no problem with. They're hilarious. But since they've been having matches, we're not getting anything like what we've been getting with them in Ring of Honor this year. And that's a shame. I don't like it. Now we have Mark Briscoe. He's backstage with Lexi. He's having a match later on with the Workhorseman and Kip Sapien, but he doesn't have two partners. Well, at least it seems like he doesn't have two partners. Now, FTR, they're like, hey, we'll do double duty. We'll be in the main event, and we'll be partners with you at your match. So, let's do this thing. Now, Mark says, you know what? I have two partners already in mind, so I'll catch up with you guys later. Now, Lexi asks, well, who's your partners? And he's like, you know what? You're going to have to tune in to find out. And that's a good thing, because if he would have said it, maybe somebody might have changed the channel. Who knows? Up next, we have Lance Archer versus Darby Allin. For what reason, I don't know. Lance is throwing around Darby like a rag doll, and pretty much like 85% of the match, he's in control. Obviously, we do have Jake the Snake Roberts, who is ringside. Now, Jake does try to get involved here and hit Darby with his own damn skateboard, but the ref sees it and tells him to get the hell out of here. There's too many distractions. Now, he leaves, and it's just Darby and Lance, and from there, it ends quickly. Darby, who's barely been alive throughout this match, somehow, with the spirit of John Cena, ends up taking the win with a Canadian Destroyer. Let me just say this right now. Canadian Destroyer is not a finisher. At least not anymore. Everybody and their mama is doing it. And it's just like, I'm tired of seeing Canadian Destroyer. Now, I'll be real. I get why he ended up doing the Canadian Destroyer. That's because nobody would have believed him winning if he did a coffin drop, which is his normal finisher. You doing a coffin drop on Lance Archer? Yeah, right. No way. Now, he wins the match, and he can't celebrate. Now, Jake comes out, and he says, Lance didn't get the job done, but we still want to get the job done regardless. And he said, I got some friends that can help out. Now, here comes the Righteous, and I'm just like, I'm liking this. I'm digging this. Now, we have Jake who's doing all the talking or whatever, and it really looks good. I'm just like, well, okay. I never thought that I would like this little group here. I never even thought about them getting together or whatever, but they look so great together, and Jake being there made it feel like something you want to see. Now, while he's doing all the talking, we have Vincent, who gets on the mic as well, and Darby is just focused because he's like, damn, these motherfuckers probably gonna come in the ring and whoop my ass. But instead, we have Lance Archer who attacks Darby instead. So I'm just like, oh, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm liking it. Please make this a group. I think it'll work. Up next, once again, we have Lexi with Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale, and Sky Blue. Now, Chris is saying she's really, really happy that Sky did the right thing and not join Julia to the dark side. And I'm telling y'all now, there's nothing wrong with going to the dark side. It's great. Now, Sky Blue looks at Chris and she's like, I didn't do it for you. I did it for Willow because this is my home girl. And then she ends up leaving. And I'm just like, I love the little attitude that Sky Blue has been having lately. I still feel like there's a chance she's going to turn heel, but probably turn heel on Chris. That's what it looks like we're going with here. All right, you guys. So we had the Acclaim celebrating their 69 days as Trios champion, and they're all excited. They got their 69 balloons and all this foolishness going on, and I'm just like, 69? Nobody does that anymore. Wait. Well, you know, we're not talking about that 69, but anyway. They had their little celebration or whatever, and they all hyped up with the fans or whatever. And then here's Anthony and Billy. They have a present for Max Caster, and it turns out to be a pre-recorded message from our scumbag MJF. MJF is saying, look, Max, I've known you for a long time, and I've never liked you, but after what you did on Wednesday, I got a little bit of respect for you, so you and I are cool in my book. And he's like, everyone loves the Acclaim, but I am starting to like the Acclaim. Now, Max Caster is all giddy like a little girl, like his crush done sent him a note letting him know that I might like you. I'm thinking about it. And he's just so happy, marking out, and I'm just like, Max, get a fucking grip. He don't like you. Now, the party continues, and Billy is like, well, how am I going to 69 everybody up in this building? And I'm just like, what? Billy, no. And he's like, isn't that what daddies do? And I'm like, well, maybe if you were my daddy, I'd probably be cool with that. But no. Now, here we got the, oh, Sesame Daddy chants and everything. Everybody is always all into Billy Gunn or whatever. And I get it. He's really, really cool. Now, I'm not going to lie. This felt like they was taking up too much TV time. And I was like, this needs to be done and over with, like, now. And here is Anthony Bowens kind of wrapping this whole shit up. And, oh, I forgot. They have a trophy, a 69 trophy. For what? I have no freaking clue. This is 69 days. This is not you guys celebrating 1,000 days or 500 days. This is 69 days. Now, right when he was wrapping it up, here comes Dalton Castle and the boys. Dalton have a nice, real cute cape that look like a peacock. It's really, really cute. The boys are looking cute. And I'm just like, okay, all 6 of these guys in the ring. Everybody up in here has a baby face. What's going on in here? Maybe the boys and Dalton just want to celebrate and just join the party. But then the boys get out the ring and they go get the trophy. And they're fighting over which one of them is going to give it to Dalton. I don't know if it's Brandon or if it's Brent, whichever one of y'all, they end up giving it to Dalton, and Dalton takes it, looks at it, and he throws it out the ring, and it breaks. Now, once that happened, obviously the Acclaim, they're upset, so now they all fighting, and here comes Aubrey running up in the ring, and she asks Max, like, y'all want to fight or what? And he says, yes. So what happens? They ring the bell, and we got a trios match. Now, I like how it kind of felt like how they slid up into that match thing or whatever. It's okay. However, I don't know. I've been saying that I want to see Dalton and the boys in, on Collision or just in AEW more in general. And I really felt like this is not what I meant. You know, the boys, Dalton, they are not heels, and it just came out of the blue. While the match was decent, I know we can get way more better from them. So it was what it was. And the Acclaim ended up winning, especially since they announced that the titles were going to be on the line. Once they said that, I was like, yeah, they're going to lose. This is not what I was expecting, but it was great to see Dalton and the boys. They're still entertaining. Next, we have Andrade backstage. He's with Lexi. Lexi wants to know, is he going to be joining CJ Perry so that she can be his manager? Now, he doesn't have an answer, and he just says, you know what? Next week, I am going to speak to CJ face-to-face and let her know what my answer is. Now, after that, we have the Workhorsemen and Kip Sapien versus Mark Briscoe and Dustin Rhodes and Keith Lee. Now, when it says Keith Lee on the bottom, it says that he's 12-2 for 2023. And I'm just like, I haven't missed any episodes since God knows when. When did you come out here 12 times this year? Like, I can't even tell you if I've seen 12 matches or even half of that from Keith Lee. Whatever. Now, obviously, Mark Briscoe, he's just returning from an injury, so we already knew that he was going to win. So I'm not going to lie, the predictability kind of killed it here for me. But it was great to see all 6 guys in the ring. They're all really talented, and I think they gave a really decent match, and I was entertained. Mark Briscoe team does take the win, and I'm cool with that. But can we not make things like, as predictable? That's annoying. But what was not predictable was after that, Lexi is talking to Mark Briscoe, and Mark says that he's happy to be back. Oh, and he has a tattoo of Jay on his arm. I knew I seen something new the other day, but I didn't get a good look at it until today. Now, we see the tattoo a little bit better on the camera. Now, he's talking about, he have his eyes set out on gold, and I'm like, oh, okay, we're going back for the TV title? Like, what's going on here? No, not the TV title. He has his eyes on the Triple B. But hold on. What he's saying here is that he sees that there's an imposter in AEW, Jay White, okay? And he says that he wants Jay White to put his title shot on the line. So it's going to be Jay White versus Mark Briscoe. If Jay loses, then Mark Briscoe gets to face MJF for the Triple B at Full Gear. Now that I did not see coming. All right, you guys, we had the ladies in action, Willow Nightingale versus Her Highness Emi Sakura. They gave us a really hard-hitting, great match, and I really enjoyed this. Obviously, the predictability kind of killed it for me a little bit because we knew that Willow would take this win. But I got to feel like, we got a chance to see a little bit more out of these two girls. And I do think that Emi, being a really hard-hitting wrestler, she's someone who always get the job done in the ring. I think that brought out a little bit more out of Willow. So I really enjoyed this matchup. Willow does end up winning, but I really want to see Emi in some favorable positions too. I want to see her getting some wins. I really, really enjoy her in the ring. And I really feel like almost all the girls she get in the ring with, she ends up bringing the best out of them. So definitely check out this match. I see so much improvement in Willow. I absolutely enjoy it. Now after this, we have Lexi with Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is so cool. This guy is so freaking cool. I love him. Now, Samoa Joe is officially the longest reigning Ring of Honor TV title champion, whatever. And he is like getting all excited. And he's like, yes, it's well deserved. But we need to talk about the real issue here is that he made a proposition to MJF and he has not got an answer yet. What the fuck is going on? And he says, MJF, you need me. I know you need me. And sooner or later, you're going to realize that you should have called me up and let me know you needed me way sooner. Now he says he's been a TV champ for the longest now, and he's whooped everybody ass. And right when he's saying that, here comes Keith Lee. Keith Lee's like, well, you might have whooped everybody else's ass, but you didn't whoop my ass. And I'm just like, yes, next week, Ring of Honor episode is going to be on and popping. That's great. And then Samoa Joe breaks my heart and say, let's have a match on Dynamite. What the fuck? Like, what is Ring of Honor there for? What am I paying $9.99 for? For y'all to be having all these title matches on AEW? I'm over it. All right, you guys. Main event time. We had FTR with Roosh and Preston Vance versus the Gates of Agony and Ricky Starks and Big Bill. Now, obviously, you've got some really big names up in here, and I really enjoy how we got all these guys up in here. Bishop Khan. Do I have to say it again? You're looking great. I love it. Now, I think this match was really... the purpose of this match really is to have LFI look good. Jalisco is obviously ringside, but he's not in this match, which is okay. I'm cool with that. I don't think he's injured or anything, but obviously they can only have 4 people in the match. Now, I really did enjoy this main event. Roosh was on fire here. He looked so good. We haven't seen him in quite some time. And he's one of those guys that's just, I've always believed is super talented. I obviously would have loved to see him in Ring of Honor this year, but they've been using him more in AEW, and that's cool too. It's whatever. Now, Ricky and Bill, I love them together. They just have this chemistry that is like you never thought that they would work out, but they actually do, and they're so silly, and I love that about them. And you know what? They look like they're having fun as tag champions, but I'm cool with that. Now, I'm kind of tired of seeing FTR looking to kind of want the AEW tag titles, kind of want them away from that picture, and let Ricky and them just go after someone else. I think I said before the other day that it would be really cool if Hobbs and Takeshita were to be a team, have a feud with them, and end up taking the titles at some point. I think that would be a really great opportunity for them, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But anyway, great main event. Everyone looked really great here. Now, there's a part of this match that was so funny. I forgot who they did this on, but Dax and Rouge do a shattered machine on somebody from the other team. I can't remember who it was. Probably Ricky. And Dax and Cash looks shocked as hell to see Rouge doing the move. And they're just like, well, what the fuck? Like, this is our move. Where are you coming from? I don't know what it was, but that made me giggle like way too hard. This match was really fun and I enjoyed it. And I would say like FTR has probably been in the most main events in Collision, so that's great to see. They're working really hard and I enjoyed that. However, Rouge takes the win for his team, which I not surprised about. He was like the MVP of this match, so I enjoyed that. Now after the match, FTR is going to shake LFI's hands and they're just like, no touchy, we out of here, and they leave. But then the lights go off and we see House of Black on the big screen, and they're like, you guys are so obsessed with being champions. We're gonna beat that obsession out of y'all. And I'm just like, damn, okay, cool. Now, they are talking on the screen, and nobody's really paying attention. Everybody probably thinking that they're out of here or whatever, they left. And out of the blue, the lights turn back on, and here we have House of Black in the ring. They are whooping FTR's ass. And you know what? I don't mind that. Hey, an ass whooping, if it is what it is what it is. Now, they're here in this attack, and then who saves FTR? Claudio and Wheeler Yuta? Why? I have no idea. Now, look, this was a really great episode. I really enjoyed the vibe tonight. I think it was really cool. Collision just always seemed to just stand out more than Dynamite. So for that reason, I really did enjoy it. Now, Dynamite sounds like it's going to be a good show too. You know, we have Mark Briscoe and Jay White going at it. We have Samoa Joe and Keith Lee going at it. And I don't remember what other matches or whatever, but it sounds like it's going to be a really great show. But if you missed Collision, go ahead and check it out. You got 2 hours to kill. Go ahead and watch the show. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I'll be back next week with Dynamite. Bye.